Hello folks and welcome. So I'm going to talk about upgrading Linux Mint 22.2 to 22.3. There are some new features there, which I'll talk about two of them. And that's in the new features. And pet name is Xena. You can do the upgrade right now. I don't believe the 22.3 is available for immediate download for the full version just yet. Probably by the end of the day, maybe tomorrow, whenever Clem's team gets around to updating the web pages there. But in either case, I'm going to talk about this box, and I'll walk you through the USB through crash reports, and I'll briefly touch on the system administration tool, the boot menu, and then we'll talk about best practices. So you want to upgrade from 22.2 to 22.3. The first thing I would suggest is to run a time shift, and you can find the time shift tool in your Mint menu. You can also open up the Updater Shield and hit Edit and do System Snapshots. Okay? And once you do that, Hank is just a made-up name. If you haven't subscribed yet, I have almost 600 videos on my YouTube site, and I do explain things in details. So my suggestion is to subscribe. Now, you can always create a manual time shift snapshot by hitting Create, and that's what I would suggest doing before you upgrade. The other thing you may want to be aware of is if you do want to back up your personal files, you can utilize whatever backup program that you want to use, but here's a quick way of doing things. So I normally just drag my mouse across, and I'm going to hold down the control key and disable the video part of it. But if you have any files in these folders, which in my case I do not, you can now right-click and do compress, and I would probably suggest using tar because that's the quickest. You can give it whatever name you want. And then it will create a tar file with your folders and subfolders and documents or pictures or whatever it might be. And then take the file itself and place it on a different device or a USB stick, or in other words, just something different than what you're currently running your Linux Mint on. Now with that said, let's make sure that you do a refresh. Up here, let's just start from scratch. So open this up, do a refresh, and allow the system to fully refresh. And you may see Mint Update in here. That's what triggers the line under Software Sources will say Upgrade. Now once you click the upgrade, just follow the directions. In my case, it took less than 4 minutes. Okay, this is a demo system. Your mileage may vary, but you'll be asked to reboot. And once you reboot, if you kept the standard menu icons, you will now notice that these are black and white. You'll also notice that this is a lot smaller than these, and if you do need to make these larger, I will definitely show that in a second. Well, we're going to start with the new icons first. So you can open up System Settings here, or you can right-click on your panel bar and hit System Settings. And I'm going to talk about the new system information icon. You may also see Thunderbolt there. So if you do have a fairly modern computer, maybe you have USB 4 or Thunderbolt. I don't have either. But this is the icon that I'm going to first open. All right, so in the past we had a single culmination of information. We did not have any of these. So as I go through these, I'm really not going to read them off to you. I think they're pretty much self-explanatory. The hard drives, if you have more than one hard drive in your machine, actually gets added together. And that's not a new feature. It's been doing that for a while. But this is new. So I'm talking to you on that microphone. It's a Logitech Blue microphone. You can see the speed and power consumption. And then I'm also using a Logitech keyboard and mouse, and it's using a Bolt receiver. Some people call it a dongle. I'm just giving you two examples. GPU, PCI bus, BIOS, here's your motherboard information, system reports. That's always a good thing. And then crash reports. So again, these are all new. All right, switching gears, I'm just going to close this and open up the menu and go over to administration. So basically, we have the system information box that I just showed you, but you can go through the menu this way also. But this one is also new. And it does require you to log in here, because if you are going to make some changes, you are changing your boot menu. Okay, show boot menu. I don't have any multiple OSs in here, so, but in either case, I'm not really going to spend a lot of time with that. And if you don't know anything about boot menus or anything else, maybe it's just a good idea not to mess with it. Now, if you need to make these icons bigger, or this category, then right-click on your Mint logo and hit Configure. Right-click. Under the middle section called Appearance is where you'll find the sizes. 42, 42, 24. This is default. I'm going to make that also 42. I'll let you see the difference. Now I made those a lot larger. If you need to change the size of this box, let me first change the background. So let me find something that has a little bit of color to it. Maybe that one. Grab a hold of the corner with your computer mouse. Drag it up, drag it down. You'll probably be going up if you're making the icons bigger. You can also go sideways. Okay. And give your graphics card a couple seconds if it's slow. But in either case, click and drag. If you're using a touchpad, it can be very delicate. All right, so I went onto Mint's website just about an hour ago, and I did not see 22.3 available. I'll go there again just right now to see if they've actually have. No, it's still 22.2. So for the crowd that has 22.2 already installed, you can see that mine says 22.3. And again, you can verify that even through the welcome screen on what version you have. It will be listed right here. So if you want to do the upgrade, my suggestion to you as best practices, you don't have to, of course, is to do a time shift backup and then possibly back up your personal file just for safety reasons. And then do a refresh to make sure your system is fully up to date. And you should have one of those updates should say Mint update or Mint upgrade. Then it'll place a line under the edit box over here where it says upgrade, and you click on that and follow the directions. All right. If you haven't subscribed yet, I do have 600 videos for your enjoyment. Thank you for watching.